Hi, this is the Daily Design with Denise Mathew, the place to get human design microbursts of information, discussions, and energy alerts that can help you navigate an unpredictable world. So let's get into it. This is episode 9, 2027 of the Cross of the Sleeping Phoenix, part 4 and the final gate of the Cross of the Sleeping Phoenix we're going to talk about. Of course, we'll have future discussions about 2027. But this will close out the discussion on the Cross of the Sleeping Phoenix. In episode 8, we talked about the Gate 34 and the power that it can wield and the way it can empower or disempower, and also how there's so much potential for that energy to bring good to the world. Now we're getting to the Gate 20, which is the other side or the harmonic of the Gate 34. This would be one of the oppositions, the 2034, which means that not only are the gates opposite one another on the mandala, but they also form a full channel, the 2034. So now we're talking about the Gate 20, line 6, which is called Wisdom. One thing to keep in mind is that all 6 lines of any energy is always going to be looking at the next gate. So they always act a little different from the energy of that particular gate. And because there's always a third line phase where there's an experimentation with the energy, there's also this concept that if you don't get the ultimate expression of this energy, you may not want to work with it. You may not want to express it out into the world. So although 6 line energy can be very wise and can be very impactful, many times people just don't want to be bothered with it because it's too much work, basically. And yet when we see that the 6 line energy is where we're moving in the future, now more than ever, it's important that 6 line energy is being expressed as best it can be. Ra Uru said that the 6 line is probably the most impacted energy that is under tremendous mutation or mutative forces right now as we move towards 2027. So being a 6 line energy or even having 6 line energy within your body graph is not considered easy, but the amount of potential and good that can come out of the fullest expression or the role model expression of the energy of any of the gates or even as a profile is astronomical. So when we do have a full bloom of a 6 line energy, that's where we really take notice of it. There's a tremendous amount of inherent potential in the Gate 20, line 6, but a lot of times, as I said, it doesn't get expressed. Because here, more than other places, it's almost as if there's a catalyst that is needed to empower that energy to bloom. We could liken it to the California super bloom of wildflowers that happens every couple of years when all the conditions are just right, and all at once these wildflowers take off and they bloom, and it's flowers and colors for miles. But it doesn't always happen. And that's the whole point of this energy. Ra Uru had the Gate 20, line 6 as well, and he said that his catalyst was the voice that brought him the wisdom to teach human design and to show the world a new way of how we could be our own authority. This is where we have existential wisdom about being in the present moment, about seeing the now, because there is nothing in the future and nothing in the past. All we have is what we have in this very moment. So we could say that this energy has a hidden gift that may or may not be called out of us because the universe determines the moments that will impact us in ways that our lives are completely shifted, and sometimes some kind of magic is released within us and our internal gift can be released to the world. And when that happens, the highest expression from the Rei Vi Ching that says the establishment for the benefit of society, values, ideals, and their patterns, and how they can be understood and applied. And so based on this, it feels like empowered wisdom about personal sovereignty and resilience that can benefit pretty much everyone. Yet this wisdom may only show up when people are willing to hear. So you might have your magic released, but there's one caveat that is contained within this energy, and it is about having people ready to hear what you need to say. And it's usually a time when they need it the most. And when they're ready to listen, this is unifying energy. Yet as we know about individual energy, it has to be proven to be valuable to be adopted by the collective. And when that happens, mutation can take hold, and we evolve one more time as a human race. So if we imagine what this shift might bring, it might feel as if we are moving away from a tribal way of living one where we're supported by others, and now we're moving to being our own authority, where we realize that the answers to our future lie within us. And when the lock opens and people are ready for this new kind of wisdom, it's anyone's guess how it will play out. But based on history and the rise of new ideas and ways of being, when it does happen, as Victor Hugo said, nothing is more powerful than an idea whose time has come. This has been The Daily Design with Denise Mathew. Thank you for being here. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you again soon.